You gotta be kidding me! Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we are going to be taking a look at Guardian Druids in the beta and a couple different abilities that I found through mix matching Conduits and Legendary items that all kind of orient around this really interesting Barkskin build that I think is going to be horribly viable for dungeons. So let's get into it. I want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is my community over on Twitch, the Rage Nation. Without their love and support, there's no way I can make the content that I do, so thank you guys. Alright guys, let's get into it because I don't want to waste your time and I sure as heck don't want to waste mine. So this pie that we're going to be building today is going to have 3 ingredients. It's going to come talents, legendaries, and then conduits. Since Barkskin is the ability that will be the focal point of our guide today, we're going to be looking at the 2 talents that really contribute to its overall output and time up. The first of which will be Brambles. Now, Brambles actually increases in damage done when you have Barkskin active. Keep that in mind when we get into a little bit later because you're going to see the uptime going to go absolutely bonkers. Now, the second talented ability you're going to take is Survival of the Fittest. Now, Survival of the Fittest decreases the cooldown of both Barkskin and Survival Instincts by 33%. So now we have 2 talent abilities, one increasing the output and one decreasing the cooldown of Barkskin. That'll be huge moving into the Legendaries, which we're looking at now. As a heads up, all the information I have here today for you was collected from either the beta or wowhead.com. As promised, the next thing we're going to look at is the Legendary, which is the Natural Order's Will. Alright, this Legendary increases the damage reduction of your Barkskin by 15%, bringing it up to a meaty 35%. And almost more interestingly, when it's cast, Barkskin that is, in bear form, or ends in bear form, you get a free Iron Fur and Frenzied Regen. Let me repeat that one more time for those of you at the back of the classroom. We have now reduced the cooldown of Barkskin by 33%. And on activation and expiration, we get a free cast of our Frenzied Regen. Now follow me along to Conduit so I can show you why that's absolutely freaking massive. Alright, the next thing we're going to be looking at are the conduits. Now, there are 2 conduits that really contribute to this build we're going after. The first is Innate Resolve, which is going to increase the amount of healing your Frenzied Regen does by 12%. That's on top of the baseline 32% it already does. The next is going to be Tough as Bark, which decreases the cooldown of Barkskin by yet another 10%. Alright, so let's break this down. You have a Soulbind Conduit ability and a Guardian Talent ability that are now reducing the cooldown of your Barkskin to 36 seconds. Barkskin itself is up for 12 seconds, which means effectively you're only without Barkskin for 24 seconds. On top of that, you now have a Legendary that causes Frenzied Regen to pop on activation and expiration of your Barkskin. On top of that, you have another Soulbind Conduit that is beefing up your Frenzied Regen. So every time you pop Barkskin, which is once every 36 seconds now, you have Frenzied Regen go off. When it expires in 12 seconds, you have it go off, not even touching your own Frenzied Regens. And then on top of that, you're dealing pretty crazy amounts of damage throughout the entire dungeon because you just have Brambles going off at a higher activation because of Barkskin the entire time. It's an absolute nuts build. I had a freaking blast going through the other side with it, and I'm really, really excited to get into what other potential opportunities you can make with this sort of build. Guys, thanks for hanging out today. I appreciate it. If you liked what you saw, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, whatever it is you do here on YouTube. And if you really enjoyed what you saw, hop over, check me out on Twitch. Talk to me about Guardian Druids or any other type of Druid for that matter. I'll see you guys next time. And remember, we rage because we care.